Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Welcome to Disgruntled, the podcast where we process the minor inconveniences that feel like personal attacks.
Traffic, conference calls, group texts, no one's safe.
We're not here to fix anything. We're here to vent, to spiral, and to laugh instead of scream.
Basically, it's therapy, but with less crying and more yelling into the void.
And just so we don't get fired, the views expressed in the podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect the opinions of our employers, past, present, or future.
Or yours, or anyone's really.
We're not really professionals. We're just professionally done with everything.
Call us today, cry for help, but make it funny at 479-222-1251.
Or you can find us at disgruntlednetwork.org and submit your unfortunate ramblings via form.
And visit the link in the bio for more details.
Anyway, so we're your host of Disgruntled. I'm Bailey Bolin.
I'm Jillian Johnson.
And let's get into the episode.
Hey, welcome back. Good morning, Vietnam. What's up? How's it been?
Yeah, being an adult is so much fun.
Oh my god.
It's not, too bad. I will say I'm going to start off with something light that's got really, really under my skin this week. And that is, maybe this is an old head thing, but I feel like back in the day, apps did not have the amount of ads that they do now. And I am, like, I guess living back in, I don't know, 2010, when you downloaded a free game from the App Store and it was kind of, playable for free. It has gotten to an all-time new. I am so frustrated right now. I'm trying to play this game where you sort people, different colored people in the different colored buses. And I know it sounds insane. It is so relaxing. It just scratches an itch that I didn't know was there. And it is the most fun game. But I refuse to play for a game on my phone, and I'm going to stand on business about that. But I am being tormented by the amount of ads that are in this, and they've gotten so smart because you have to click the screen several different times.
Oh yeah, and it's not in the same spot.
No, and you have to interact some way with that and play the little game that's advertised inside the game in order to get the things. And I feel like I have a master's degree in avoiding all of the clickbait that there is. And it's just, oh my God, I had no idea. Because for the viewer audience, I have never really been a game on the phone girly. I am an old woman who plays literally solitaire and mahjong, and I don't know what that says about me, but I always see Liam all the time with these new games, and I'm like, maybe I should try. And I love it, except for I am going to apparently have to spend my hard-earned money in order to actually be able to play it.
So, to caveat that, I am the type that will spend the $4.99 to get rid of ads. 100%. And at this point, it's an opportunity cost. We've turned it into an opportunity cost. We've also turned it into an operational cost because I'm not going to sit there and waste my 30 seconds that I could be playing Sudoku watching an ad about a king who's about to be drowned or about to
yes.
have lava poured on him. I'm not going to do it.
No. I want to know if anybody actually plays that game that's being advertised in all of the other. I want someone to write in and tell me if anybody has ever played that damn game with the king and the lava. I want to know.
You know what I want?
I want to know.
I want their marketing budget is what I want.
I swear to, it's in every single freaking game.
Yeah.
Like they got
every single one. Yeah.
Yes, they got that on lockdown. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to start off with something So random and
100%.
niche, but that's been aggravating the crap out of me today.
But I will. There's this one that I really liked. It was like, I don't know what it was called. I think it was called Dazzle. And it was like one of those where it's like paint by gemstone, you know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But like you go around and like it's your finger and stuff and it fills in like sapphires and rubies and like all these things. And it has ads. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to pay it. It's going to be done. Got to do it. And so I do it and it says $7.99 a week.
A week? Oh my God. You got the
Now,
game
guys,
messed up.
there are limitations to my patronage. I will 100% say that correctly right now. There are limits to my patronage. And if you're going to charge me $7.99 a week to not have ads, I'm not going to play your game.
No, hard no. Hard no.
So, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan at all. What else? Have you had any experiences with your mom?
Hanging up all of the things that go on the wall have been an experience. Oh, it's been an experience. To the left, to the
Yeah.
right. Is this level? Yeah, it's level. You go back and you look, not level. Not level.
Not at all.
I don't think my mom has a concept of the term level. I'm over here. She don't have a stepladder in the apartment, and of course, several of her pieces are very high up. So I'm balancing, hoping to God I don't fall off a damn chair trying to mount shit on the wall. I just feel like Bob the freaking Builder 90% of my life, and I don't know if it'll
Yep.
ever. Bob the freaking Builder. It looks amazing. I'm going to give myself right now a pat on the back. I have hung everything from grandfather clocks to 55-pound paintings to I don't think my mother can even fit a single knickknack in the damn apartment. There's not room.
Is it a one bedroom?
Yes, it is a one bedroom.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Bless her heart. It looks great. It looks great. Now that everything's settled, we finally got all our furniture in. We finally have gotten I have one more picture left to hang because I was rage quitting there towards the end. So I have to go and do one more painting above the bedroom. Above the bed, which again is a feat of its own. So I've got to go get on the bed, make sure, you know what. And then what is aggravating too is she had one that was like professionally done by a photo company where they, they put the mat around the picture and then they seal it with brown tape. With brown paper. Well, the photo has decided to come loose inside of the frame, and so it's shifting. But you can't just pop off the back and fix it because it's covered in a brown paper. And once you get that brown paper off, there's no more back. So I'm over here just trying to jiggle the living crap out of it, just shaking it to death, hoping to God it gets in the right position, and then finally get in the right position, then go to hang it, and it drops. And I contemplated throwing it and just rage breaking it over my knee. I stopped my intrusive thoughts and finally got it to work, but that was a whole new circle I didn't even know about a hill. I swear, was not me and them were not acquainted, but now I know. With my mom the whole time going, don't break it, don't, which, valid. It's valid for her to be screaming that at this point, but it really tested the limits of our relationship. And so
and I think nothing's worse than like somebody telling you to do something not to do. You know what I mean? Like, because like not to break it. It's not like you were gonna do it on purpose. If it did happen to break, it's because it just happened. It wasn't on purpose. So nothing irritates me more than that, honestly.
Or nothing irritates you more when, okay, think about it. We've got the whole inside done. Okay, we've got the whole inside moved. We've done furniture, we've done clothes, we've done food, we've done dishes, we've done knickknacks, we've done pictures. And then you have to remember the outside stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
So you got porch chairs and plant stands and all of the crap. So got a whole load of that unloaded and set up finally on her little front porch area at her apartment. The next day, Mom opens the door and sees a note from the apartment complex. And it says, "We are having power washing and painting done to the outside of every unit for the next month. So all outside things need to be put inside." What? What? The universe is a cruel bitch, and I tell you what, I swear, tested every bit of patience I had left. I said, "What do you mean? I've waited an entire month, and the night before, you're telling me 24 hours later, after I get and haul that stuff all the way an hour and a half to her apartment, you're telling me that it's now got to magically somewhere fit inside for the next month? What?" Oh,
and tell me where that's going to go.
Correct. There's no room in the apartment. There's no room. I just told my mom sent me a picture of the little note, and I just didn't even reply. I had no energy or thoughts left. It's what it is. That's just life. But yeah, no.
I think we also need to clarify that Jill's mom is not moving because Jill's dad passed away. Like, they were not together.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this was planned prior to her dad passing away, obviously.
Yes.
So it's not like she's having to do this because of that. It's she's doing this because she needed to, and two, she wanted to. So just a caveat there to bring that to full circle.
Absolutely. Because I don't know if I ever mentioned the fact that she was actually living in my grandmother's house, who, my mom's mom, who passed in 2024, Claudette, she was living in that house to take care of it, but we're now at the point where we can finally put it up for sale. So,
Right.
that was that process. Not to mention my crazy family, but that could be a whole Netflix special. So yeah, we need.
Don't say anything because it's going to be a Netflix special, so don't say anything.
So yes, she is very happy, though. You have to keep in mind that my mom has kind of lived in the same town or area almost her entire life. So it was not only a move in, physical location, but just a kind of a culture shock in the fact that there was so
it's
many
like it's a
more
whole new
things.
chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And so it was kind of like a grieving process for her a little bit, in a way of leaving, the town that she had lived in for so long kind of behind.
Yeah.
But
well, and it's cathartic at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's definitely properties that are cathartic about it.
But I was telling, have I been to her house now almost every single day since she moved in? Yes. So it is. But to keep in mind, though, I haven't lived in the same town as my mom since high school. So we're going on literally 10 years this year of me not living in the same town as her. So it's really, she's found a lot more peace, like if I am cooking dinner, she can come over and eat. Or, if she does not remember how to log into Netflix, I can go over there and it not be a hour trip, like I can be
one way.
Correct. Exactly. One way. So it's become really helpful in these days, getting her set up, only having to drive, 15 minutes to go see her instead of an hour one way. So very, very grateful.
While that has pros, there's definitely cons.
and we will leave that there.
Yeah. I am lucky enough that my in-laws live an hour and basically 10 minutes away from me. And my family lives basically an hour and 10 minutes away from me. So my family is north, his family is west. And so we're dead in the middle. And so nobody can pop by unannounced. And I love that.
I love
I
that
love
for
that.
you.
It gives me an hour and 10 minutes to make sure my house is pitch perfect.
Correct.
So, but
How's your week
with
been,
that
Bailey?
being with that being said, that being said, this Saturday I have a family reunion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a family reunion, which if you're watching this, hey, what's up? See you in a bit. So I'm gonna do that on Saturday, and my mom called me, and so this family reunion is back in the town that I went to high school in, so I have to kind of like go back to basics, I guess. I don't know, the beginning, and do that. So that's interesting every time I do this. But with that being said, my mom called me and she's like, "Hey, when are you going to the reunion?" And I said, "It's Saturday. I'm going Saturday. What am I going to do?"
I'm confused by the question.
And she's like, "No." And she's like, "Do you mind if I come and stay with y'all on Friday night?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter to me." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." So that was probably like 2-3 weeks ago. I texted her yesterday. I said, "Hey, are you coming to stay? Are you going to come on Friday night, or are you just going to meet me there on Saturday?" Um, and she
I
said,
thought
"Well,
that.
she said, if I go, I will come down Friday. I was sick all last week. I'm just trying to make sure this crap is cleared up."
Mm.
Now, y'all, you know what that is? You know what that is? That's called an escape route.
Yeah, it is.
That's called somebody's laying the groundwork to not show up. So I'm prepared for that, obviously. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Flashing
We'll see.
neon exit sign ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And then next week, I took off Thursday and Friday. My grandma bought us a family vacation in Branson, Missouri.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
party!
yeah. So we're going up there. And we shall see. And it's all of us. Like there's gonna be 18 people there in that house. I don't I don't know how that's gonna go, but we shall see. So moving on, next thing. One, why is my forehead so big?
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me.
I was
Let's not
literally
go there.
sitting here. I was sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh
We
my
match.
God.
There's
It's
a
so
whole
big. Like
palm.
look at that.
Yeah. I know, my whole
Look
palm.
at that. Y'all. Oh, okay. So that was one. What else? Okay. This is my main rant. This is actually what I wrote down to talk about today. We have reached the point in our season here in Arkansas where it's hotter than blazes outside.
Mhm.
And so there are people who are still wearing jackets.
Yep. Mhm.
How? Like, y'all, I walked from my car to my building for work today at
Mhm.
6:45 in the morning, and I was sweating.
Yep.
I was sweating. Oh my God, I hate it. And like as soon as I sit down, I flip on my fan because y'all know I have a fan on every single desk I've ever owned. So I
Correct.
flip on my fan because I like a little breeze. I have a little fan on right now. But I sit there and I try to cool off. And then, like, a big thing that we do at work is when we go on, like, we call them one-on-ones, but it's basically where you and somebody else meet to just chit chat and talk about work and talk about life, whatever. Well, most of these people want to walk you like a dog and take you outside.
I know.
And I'm sweating in places I have never sweat before. I have a whole stick of deodorant that I brought to work because I'm like, gonna need this.
Correct.
I have a tube of Febreze. I have hand lotion.
I know. You have to here. You have to.
I shouldn't have to take a shower if I walk outside, guys.
Mm.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, not liking that. And when I see somebody wearing a jacket and it's 97 degrees outside, I'm not even joking. It is 97 degrees outside. What's going on? You know?
I don't know.
Because I understand the buildings are cold because there's 2 winters in Arkansas. There's the month of January, and then there is the months of June, July, August, and some September in office buildings because office buildings are set to frigid temperatures during those months. I'm in heaven, right? But other people are cold. But I don't understand, like, you can keep a jacket at your desk or, like, a sweater and then take it off when you're going outside because you're going to be hot, you know?
I definitely can't relate to any part of that because
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I really don't. It feels criminal. Absolutely criminal to be walking around in a I mean, there was parts of Arkansas where the heat index was like 116.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me that it was okay. Well, I felt that way as a teacher because students, 100 degrees outside, guess what they be wearing? Guess what they be wearing?
Yeah.
A
A
freaking
hoodie.
hoodie. A hoodie.
Yep.
That made me
Yeah.
sound old, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. And, like, I don't understand that at all. But no, it's actually been a really good week. I've gotten the opportunity to do some really cool things at work. And I'll talk about that off camera with Jill. But got the opportunity to do some really cool things and going from there. Yeah, hadn't been that bad. Like I only wrote down, oh, there is one more thing I need to discuss. But I only wrote down like the one thing, like jackets in summer was the only thing I wrote down on my list today. Or this week. But we have some housekeeping to take care of. So, y'all, it is June. We know that. We've established that. It's Pride Month. We know that. We've established that. Well, if you follow our social media, great. If you don't, I don't know why not. We're pretty fun.
Yeah,
sometimes. When I remember to post. I recently posted a clip from last week's episode where we were talking about Pride Month and telling everybody Happy Pride Month. And there are 2 people who felt the need to comment on said post. And they were hateful.
Yeah.
Very hateful about it. They were derogatory. And I understand that June is not just Pride Month. June is also all kinds of other things. And that's not limited to the 2 holidays that they suggested on that post. That is many of other things, whether that be different cultures, whether that be different religions. It's many things, right?
Right.
And so us saying Happy Pride Month does not negate those other events. Like, it doesn't negate that
Correct.
at all.
Mm-mm.
And so here's the thing, guys. Please know that the only reason we are showing up when you're scrolling through Facebook or we're scrolling through your reels on Instagram or whatever it may be is because your algorithm knows what entertains you.
Yeah, it does.
And so there's something about our post about Pride Month, by the way, that triggers your algorithm to say, you know what, let's show this to Karen and Steve.
Yep.
And so, with that being said, Karen, Steve, if you would like to submit a complaint, please give us a call at 479-222-1251, or you can go to our website, www.disgruntlednetwork.org, and fill out the complaint form there. And it will be greatly appreciated, and we'll have a discussion just like we always do. So let's remember that we can celebrate more than one thing without tearing one down completely. Okay? Let's do that. Also, here's another one. And this comment did get deleted because one, it was rude. Just point blank period, it was rude. Two, it wasn't even funny.
I know,
Like,
that's
guys,
the most tragic part.
Here's the thing. This is the part that just irritates the life out of me, is make it funny. Like, if you can make it a joke, I will literally comment back and say, you know what? You got me. You got me. That one was good. That one was good. I'll give you that one, right? I will.
Right.
I 100% will. But if you comment something that is just not even humorous in the bit, and like you're making fun of us, like our appearance and stuff. Listen, I get this every day. Like, I don't care. I
It's
don't
nothing
care.
new.
I feel like a freaking beluga sitting here because I just went and had Mexican food. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
You know why? Because your thoughts and opinions of me don't overshadow my own. So I just wanted to say that, get that out of the way, and say, try better next time, you know?
Yeah, do better. Just
Ugh,
Mm-mm-mm.
whatever. So, let's take a break. Let's hear from our sponsors, and then we will return.
When society collapses, you'll wish you had advertised on Disgruntled. But until then, there's still time. Sponsor us.
Okay. We're back. Jill, do you want to go first? Do you want me to?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Up first. I've got Ricky from Tucson, Arizona. Hey, Bailey and Jill. I went to a restaurant last night just wanting a sandwich, and instead, I was forced into an interactive digital escape room. There were no physical menus anymore. You just have to scan a QR code, which opens a website that asks for your email, makes you accept cookies, and then displays a PDF menu that you have to pinch to zoom on for 10 minutes just to see the appetizers. By the time I actually figured out how to order a burger, my phone battery was at 4%, and my patience was at 0. Just print the paper. This, I have a lot of emotions here because I am that person that would decide to eat at a restaurant with a QR code only, my phone being 4%. That's just how my life seems to work
Jill's
out.
phone is always at 4%.
Yeah. I felt real bad because I went yesterday to go do a Sonic order lunch run for the crew, and I had them all pick out what they wanted on the app, on Sonic's app, and clicked I somehow, I remember. One of the persons couldn't make up their mind on what they wanted yet, or I didn't know if they were getting anything, so I didn't actually physically pay for the order yet. So I went to Sonic, and as soon as I went to click and I pulled up into a spot, And of course, the screen didn't work, so I had to back up and pull into another one so I could tell which stall number it was, because that's just my sonic roulette at this point. And went to click pay and check in on the app, and my phone dies. My phone dies.
Yep.
I plug in my phone, expecting it to charge enough for me. I wait 7 freaking minutes for my phone to get enough percentage for me to turn it on. Still didn't. So I have to go and do my worst irrational fear, which is click the red button and actually order and talk to someone. And did that. And as soon as I place my order and pay, guess what? My phone turns on. And so
Naturally.
timing this time is just, it's just impeccable, I guess. So I can definitely feel I have been in this exact situation before. I don't know how I feel about QR code menus because, like you said, if it was just PDF, great, normal. But that's not usually how the experience goes. And I'm so glad
Yeah.
that Ricky pointed this out for us, and then I'm not the only one.
There's always an extra hoop you have to jump through. Like putting your email in, that's insane to me. Like that makes no
Yeah.
sense because all they're going to use that email for is marketing.
Correct.
Like that's it. That's it. Let's be honest. But here's one. I don't like a QR code menu because I just don't. It is what it is. I want something physical and tangible that I can touch and pick and see and look. But I will always, if it is available to me, use a kiosk to check out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And to pay. Because you know who the quickest cashier in that building is? Me.
Mwah.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't care to use a kiosk to check out. And I don't need your help. I'll figure it out. Even if I've never been there, never looked at it, touched it, seen it. I'll figure it out because I can.
Yep.
But not a fan of QR codes. I understand how useful they are because they are really useful because instead of having to print like all of these menus and then having one menu change and you have to reprint all of them again, you can just change that PDF. Like I completely understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me actually. But it's still it is what it is. I don't know. I was gonna say something else about that, and I can't remember what it was. Also, okay, there we go. So, Jimmy and I are not bar people. We don't go to bars. We don't usually go to sports bars. We don't sit at a bar. Like, that's just not who we are, right? We are 100% low light restaurant people. We like to sit down and have a meal together and things. And I'm starting to get to the point where I am like looking at the menu and I'm like, God, it's so freaking dark in here.
No, you've reached that
And I'm like, I
age,
cannot
baby.
see, dude. I can't see. And so like I naturally gravitate towards the like booth or the table or whatever that has the brightest lighting at it. Because I am growing older. So, but whatever. It is what it is. Thank you, Ricky from Tucson, Arkansas, for your submission. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
Next we have Jason from Mobile, Alabama. Jason says, why is cleaning the fridge becoming an extreme sport? Yep. You're bent at a 90-degree angle. Your head is in the freezer, getting hypothermia while you're scraping what looks and feels like industrial cement that has bonded to the glass. Your back is throwing a tantrum, your hands are frozen, and then comes the final insult, trying to slide the shelves back in. You shove, you lift, it jams, and you've somehow managed to pull a square piece of glass in backwards and upside down. And so now you're locked out of your own appliance. And Ricky, yeah, makes so much sense. What I can't stand about my refrigerator is it has that warning signal that like ours is a little chime thing that it does when the door is open, right?
Mhm.
So not all the time when the door is open, but like when the refrigerator itself thinks the door has been open too long, it plays this chime that will not stop until you shut that door. But the thing is, when I'm trying to clean out the fridge, for example, it's going to take me more than the 10 seconds it takes it once, right?
Mhm.
So what I have to do is I'll listen to it for like a minute, and then I'm like, okay, I can't freaking do this, and I'll shut the door again, and I'll wait, and then I'll open it again. I'll go back to doing what I was doing, and then it'll do it again. The process repeats, and then there is going to be at some point in that process where I don't open the fridge again because done. Don't want to do it again. It's over. It is what it is. Whatever's left in there, it can stay in there until next time. And yeah, I don't get that at all. I hate it. And like, I hate cleaning out the fridge because there's always like aliens growing in there.
Correct. 100%. And I felt so bad because I feel like in the last couple weeks, I saw this video of this person who was cleaning their refrigerator, and they were trying to clean the shelves, and there was stuff stuck, in the shelf. Well, I guess you had to take a screw, like a literal drill, and screw out the screws from the metal frame in order to get into the glass to be able to wipe the glass clean. And so he literally had to take every single shelf apart, and then had to take the edges and the whole frame off every single piece of glass to be able to wipe it down and clean it. And I was like, you're kidding me. Like, I don't know if I would ever be able to do
Well,
that.
and like, my question is, how did it get there in the first place? If I can't
Correct.
get to it, how did it get there?
Again, the universe loves to do things like that. It's just crazy the amount. I usually think that I'm pretty clean about putting stuff in and out of my fridge, and then I give it a couple of months, and I realize that I am
Yep.
not as careful as there's sauce everywhere. I remember at one
Yeah.
point you're at the back having to scrape off. I congealed something or another, and you're like, how in God's name did that happen? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, and like, the thing is too, the amount I actually use my fridge, like, let's be honest, guys. I couldn't probably, I couldn't guess how many pickle jars are in that fridge.
Correct.
Like, I couldn't guess because it's literally like, it's just juice at this point. But my thing is too, why are we keeping them?
I feel that.
But Jimmy likes to drink it after he has mowed the lawn because it's full of sodium.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
does
I
do
don't
that.
know.
He is such a weirdo.
He's a doofus. God, he's so weird. So weird, dude. Oh, I have something to tell you. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason, for your submission.
Yes.
But let's hear a word from our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by no one, because the world is cruel and marketing departments are cowards. But it doesn't have to be this way. We're ready. Sponsor us. Let's make capitalism fun again. All right. We're back. Let's get back at it. Go ahead, Jill.
I got the next one, and I did the episode guide this week, so I wanted to end with double doses of anonymous. So I've got the first anonymous, and that is somebody who wrote in and said, I am convinced that 90% of modern relationship conflict comes down to a single question. What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner? It's a psychological trap. It's a trap. I ask my partner what they want. They say, I don't care, anything. So I suggest tacos. They say, no, not tacos. I suggest sushi. No, too heavy. I suggest Italian. We just had pasta. Listen to me. If you reject 3 consecutive options, you lose your voting rights. You can no longer claim that you don't care. You care deeply. You're just making me guess the password to your stomach.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. This is an everyday occurrence. Everyday occurrence. I usually get a phone call from Jimmy G every single day around 4 o'clock, 4:15-ish. And I can literally probably set a clock by it. And he'll say, "What are you doing?"
Yep. Yeah. I
The
don't.
same thing I'm doing every single day at this time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm driving. What do you want? And it's usually just some random little thing, and then he'll say, "Well, what do you want to do for dinner? What do you want to do for dinner?" And guys, I don't care. Don't care.
Mm-mm.
Nope, don't care. Don't care. Sorry, hate that. Don't care. And it's even worse now because Jimmy has been diagnosed with celiac disease, which means that he is allergic to gluten. Do you know how hard it is to find something that is gluten-free that, one, he likes, two, is not out the wazoo expensive, three, is quick and easy?
That is a riddle that has not yet to have been answered. That's an
No.
impossible one. Yeah.
Right. It's next to near impossible. And so the last few weeks we have been trying to figure out what will work for him, what he wants, what he doesn't like, and all those kinds of things. So that's just been a crazy experience of its own, but it's also opened up something for us to where I fend for myself and he fends for himself.
I don't know if
And
that's
so that's been great.
bliss or yeah.
That's been great. So, yeah, that has helped a little. But it also limitates what restaurants you can go to. Because here's the thing about gluten that I just didn't realize. Take a toaster, for example. Okay. So we found gluten-free bread, right? And he toasted that bread. But he toasted it in the same toaster that we've toasted other bread in. It is now cross-contaminated and he shouldn't be eating it.
Oh, yes, in the
Yeah.
preparation. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with any bowls that have ever had any type of flour in it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And so here we are having to friggin' completely redo our kitchen.
And relabel gluten-free and not gluten-free.
Right. So that's been an experience at this point because it's very, very particular, very, very specific at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
blessed be. I'm very blessed in not having any food allergies, and my heart just goes out to people who have
Yeah, for
to
real.
struggle all of the time with those kind of things to make sure that they're, eating safe things and making sure all the things happen. And kudos to you. I am
Yeah.
blessed beyond measure in that.
And this is one of the reasons why I love Jill, because perfect example, I was traveling for work. I was in Little Rock for one night and I texted Jill and I said, "Jill, let's go have dinner." Right. And so she's like, "Yeah, 100%. And then she came to the hotel first so we could ride together. And I was like, "What do you want to eat?" And she goes, "Oh, I just assumed we were going to Chili's." It's like, You know me, dude.
You know that I know
So-
you didn't want to have the where are we going to eat conversation any more than I wanted to
Right.
have it.
Right. Because it just doesn't matter at that point, because the main thing that matters is the company. So there it is.
Yes.
I definitely understand the what do you want for dinner fight discussion every single day. But
Thank you for writing in, Anonymous.
yeah. And it's so crazy, like, personally, which you can do whatever you want. You're your own person. I wouldn't have made that one anonymous. I would have put my name on that one.
I know, made that loud and proud.
There's nothing juicy in that. Okay, last one. It's another anonymous because Jill loves an anonymous post. Oh, I felt like I was in a freaking hallway. It's weird. Anyway, last one. They say going to bed with the person you love shouldn't feel like a high stakes game of tug of war, but here we are. You start the night peacefully side by side, but by 3 a.m., my partner has initiated the burrito method by taking the entire duvet and leaving me freezing in the dark with nothing but a single sag corner of a top sheet. Love is patient, love is kind, but love is freezing, and it is 2 a.m. I like that one. That's cute.
I do.
Here it is, guys. And this is my suggestion to a wonderful marriage, to a good marriage, and and it will solve these fights. You ready? Your own blanket, your own sheet, your own pillows. Period. That's it. There is no other option for Jimmy and I. None. Because we can't share a blanket. I like to freaking... the only part of my body that I want to be out is from here up. Okay?
Correct.
Hands are in a blanket somewhere. Okay? The rest of my body in a blanket somewhere. Jimmy likes to have a sheet, right? That he uses like on his body and stuff. And then another sheet that he uses like by his face and his hands and stuff. He's weird, dude.
Yeah,
Like, it's just a
is.
weird thing. But another part of our arguments, when we are trying to go to sleep and stuff, we have 3 dogs. Okay. We have one dog. He's a dwarf golden doodle. Okay. And he's probably like 20 pounds at this point because he's a big boy. He's big in a very small package.
Yeah.
Because my little Judson, his legs are probably like that long, but his body is probably that big around. He's a little tank, is what he is. And then I have Little. That's my biggest dog. She's I don't know. Well, she's an Aussie Doodle, and she's the sweetest girl. I love her to death. And then I have Augie. So Augie is a toy poodle. He's my first dog that I got. And Augie has always slept in my arm. Okay? So usually it's this arm. His head will lay right here. Okay? And my hand is like scooping his butt. He has always slept right there. That's just where he sleeps. That's where he falls asleep. That's how I fall asleep now. That's just how it is. Well, Judd has realized that he likes that too. And so now either they fight to see who's going to get there first. And so if it's Judd, usually, like, I will say, okay, you got to go to your spot. Like, you got to go lay down. Like, you got to go to your spot. Because his spot, I sleep probably like a foot down in the bed from the headboard. And then that foot from the headboard has a blanket, like a throw blanket on it. And that's where Judd sleeps. He sleeps above my head. His legs are usually like right here. Or
Correct.
last night, that little turd, his nose was literally in my ear. So I could hear him snoring and breathing all stinking night. And then little, she loves to dead weight. Like, as soon as she's asleep, she is dead weight, and she's heavy. Like, little weighs probably at least 40 pounds at this point.
Yeah.
And so I wake up early, obviously. The way it works for us now is my alarm goes off at 4:30. Jimmy wakes up and lets the dogs out, and I get up after they're out because I don't want them I don't want to have to go take them outside, because if I am up, they're not going to leave that room until I leave that room, right?
Right.
And so, never fails. They go outside. I go into the bathroom, like, get ready to take a shower, all that kind of stuff. And Jimmy walks by and he'll tell me bye. But then he'll say, "Did you sleep okay?"
You mean with my back?
It's 4:30 in the morning, one.
Mhm.
Two, I have had little dead legging me all night. All night. Judd has been in my ear.
Snoring.
And Augie refuses to sleep anywhere that is not in my arm. So, no, I didn't sleep well, but here I am. So, yeah, it adds a level of complexity, but at least I don't have to worry about my blankets.
Correct. I will say that. I think in me and Liam's relationship, unfortunately, I think a lot of the time I'm the blanket stealer. I've heard Liam comment about
Mhm.
this profoundly several times. But unbeknownst to everyone, and no surprise, Lily too lazy to get his own blanket. He wants to have the one that
Sure.
I have. And I don't know if that's the only child in him or not, but there can only be one prize, and it's the one that I have.
Right.
And I can say that as well, being an only child. So we share one blanket, but we have assigned pillows. So he knows his pillows, and I know my pillows. And if he even thinks about looking at making eye contact with one of my pillows, I jump his butt, because I like mine and he likes his. He likes these memory foam, hard, like awful.
Yeah.
I'm a soft, want to melt into it. I need at least 2 to keep my head at the level that I need it to be. Very very particular. And this is my time to talk about Sonia, who is still up for anyone to grab. And
That's $100,000 cat.
yes, correct. The one and the only, who is right now, I can see her licking herself on top of my pillow.
Yeah.
Just looks like out
She's
of spite.
cleaning, Jill.
If she could do it anywhere else, that would be much appreciated. I don't need cat coochie on my pillow. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
it is what it is. Liam's cat. Liam loves Sonia. Him and her are inseparable. Guess whose side of the bed she sleeps on? Mm-hmm.
Yours.
Oh, of course. 100%.
Yeah.
At the foot of my bed. At the foot of my bed. So I'm tossing around, turning around constantly, and does no care in the world here. No care in the world. And I accidentally, of course, several times during the night, bump her, because I am moving, refuses to move, doesn't care. She knows the risk and is taking it anyway. I don't know why she keeps thinking that it's gonna get better. It doesn't. I'm gonna move in the night. I'm gonna forget she's there. I think on 3 occasions accidentally pushed her completely off the bed, and she will still jump right back up and sit in the exact same spot.
Yep.
So I mean, she knows the risks. She's just taking them over and over again. Now Nico is overstimulated and has anxiety, and so he will jump into the bed when we get into the bed. But the moment that we move, or a phone vibrates, or the wind changes directions in the bedroom, he's off in his comfort spot, which is his bed at the foot of our bed. So Nico will not snuggle and sleep with us. He refuses because he's too overstimulated.
No,
Be that as
mine
it
will
may.
not sleep without us. Like, We've spoiled them from day one. They have never, well, I say that. They have slept in a crate a few times. Mainly because Augie loves a skunk.
Yeah, he does.
And yeah.
Never met one that he wasn't
but
friends with.
no, for real. But no, they love to sleep in bed, so they don't care if I kick the living life out of them, or if I literally, if they fall out of bed, kick them out of bed, whatever, they're gonna be up there in 2 seconds.
Yep. What do you mean, Dad? What do you mean? Why am I down here?
And they're going to be just as comfortable as they were before.
Correct. I think this is a good episode today.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I'll wrap up if you want.
Yeah, go for it, Bailey.
Since you made the episode guide.
Queen.
Wanted to say thank you for listening to our episode today. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. We encourage you to follow us on our social media. The link tree is on the screen right now. That is something that I just did. If you go there, it shows all of our social media. Most of them are going to be at disgruntled.podcast. Or if you can't find it at that at sign, do at disgruntled.pod. One of those will get you where you're supposed to be. Okay. So do that. You can call us at 479-222-1251 to leave your rant. You can also go to our website at www.disgruntlednetwork.org and click on one of the multiple spots where it says contact us to complete your rant. We have merch. Yeah, we do have that. Go to www.disgruntled.shop to check that out. Be sure to like us, follow us wherever you can. Send us to your favorite friends. Send us to the friends that you don't like even. Who cares?
We love that more.
And oh, absolutely. Call us. Call us about it. But yeah, that's where we will be. So do all of those things. I felt like I was going to say one more thing, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Like, favorite, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, because let's be honest, there's multiple. So favorite, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever you want to do. Do it. Helps the algorithms. We get a thrill and such a high from seeing those numbers raise and go up every day. So do that. But I think that's all.
Yep, I think so. You did a great job, Bailey.
Thanks, girl. All right. We will see you next week. Hang in there. Be nice to someone. Just be nice. That's that. It's that easy. Just be nice. And if you don't have anything nice to say, call us.
And make it funny.
Yeah, and you better make it funny. You come for me, you better make it funny, bud. Okay, bye. Love you.
Bye.
This has been a Disgruntled Network multimedia production.
Created by people with a lot of opinions and just enough time to share them.
Executive produced by Jillian Johnson and Bailey Bolin.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to scream into the void or, leave us a review.